Can we talk top 5 in 5? Just like Drake said, we're only here for a good time, not a long time. So let's get into the Kings of R&B, because we did Queens of R&B in the very first one. Just like the first time, we're going to take a couple people out. No Michael, no Prince. That's just God status. No that guy. But let's get into it. Starting off the top 5 in 5, we have the one who Whitney called the king of R&B. So if Whitney say he the king, he the king.
Just take responsibility.
Maybe not number one king, but he's one of the kings, right? Bobby Brown. Easily, he might not have been the best singer in New Edition, but he was definitely the best artist, the best performer. He was the bad boy. And Don't Be Cruel, the album, is literally a perfect R&B album. If you make a top 10 list and Don't Be Cruel is not on there, 9 times out of 10, you're wrong. Bobby Brown, number 5, king of R&B. Coming up next, we have another Brown, the younger Brown, Chris Brown. And just offer it huge catalog. Of course, he's the one who made dropping 73 song albums cool, apparently. But in those songs, he's always dropped quality. From his debut to now, he's never necessarily had a bad album, so to speak. Phenomenal performer. You can see all of the mic influence all in his essence, and just, the man is great. Now, I understand, to a lot of people, he's number 2. To a lot of people, he's number 1. Just in my personal list, I have him at number 4, and it's not for lack of talent. It's just my top 3 has just done more to me anyway. Now, I know my number 3 is going to be a little different than a lot of people, but you have to understand why he's my number 3, and that is Keith Sweat. Now, Keith Sweat wasn't the greatest singer, but he was one of the greatest songwriters, not only for his own catalog, but for other people's catalog. You know, we would have never got Just Got Paid by Johnny Kemp. We would have never got Freak Me. Like, the man's writing is amazing. And it's never been a point where it's just like, Keith ain't that dude. Even now, Keith is performing. Keith unfortunately beat the dog out of Bobby in their verses. Like, Keith is just that guy. And I understand people who will have Chris Brown over him, but for all he's done for R&B, I just couldn't do it at that point. Okay, so my number 2 can easily be my number 1. I literally praise this guy as the number 1 at all times, but I know who my number 1 is. But at number 2, it's Babyface. And easily he can be considered the king, considering all he's done for R&B in regards to everyone he's written for, in regards to his own catalog. Of course, he's written, you got Can We Talk out of Babyface. I'm Ready, Always in My Heart. That was all Babyface for Tevin Campbell. Bedtime for Usher. Hella Tony Braxton hits. Like, the list goes on. And he's dropping a new project this month. It might drop around the time this drops. So super dope. Looking forward to it. Babyface has been the king. I don't want to make this a 1A, 1B thing, but Babyface has been the king since he entered the game to now, and he's still got more time to go. And number 1, there's literally only one person left here, and you already know they call him U.S.H.E.R.
R-A-Y-M-O-N-D.
Or you know his name. You know how to spell it. He was doing the I-N-D-E-P before everybody else did it. Usher, king of R&B, hands down, and I'm so glad that he's actually stood up and said, no, I am the king of R&B. He's taken that throne. I don't like his album reimaginings and stuff, like the covers. But that ain't gonna take away from the music. The man is one of the greatest singers. He slides R&B songs better than most rappers slide rap songs. Like, Usher is just clean all across the board. I mean, he gave us moments like this. You know, it's just Usher. The man's the king. If you argue with me about Usher being the king, again, after we took out whoever we took out, you're wrong. That's just it.